Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole,
And I'm Brittany.
and this is the 11-Minute Mile, episode 17. Today, we have an amazing special guest on with us, Carrie Burke. She is a writer and influencer here in New York City. So, Carrie, thanks for being on today.
Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
I know, I love it. I remember when you were like a baby with me at gymnastics, and we were just like, that seemed like yesterday.
Crazy, yeah.
Do you want to just give a little brief about yourself, Carrie? Just kind of where you come from and how you got to where you are today?
Yeah, so I've been writing since I was 8 years old. I released my first book series, The Cupcake Club. It was a mother-daughter book series, so with my mom when I was 8. I've been writing since then. I had a blog when I was 16, so I've always been super passionate about writing. And when I turned 18, I came up with this idea for a new book, my real life rom-com. I actually have it sitting right here. This is the book.
So cute. I love
I
it.
love
it.
And that's kind of where I'm at today. So I'm working on, getting this book out there. It came out in September, and my real life rom-com is basically a dating guide for teenagers, but it's memoir style. So it's nonfiction. So I talk about my experiences in dating and what people can learn from them, because there are really no dating guides out there written by teenagers for teenagers.
Totally.
That's awesome.
I love that. Also, I'm in a book club. We're going to have to read this for book club. I'm going to make everyone do it and get the
Oh,
book.
I'm so excited. Yes,
Yes.
definitely. Hit me up. We'll get you some books.
I love it.
That's
I love it.
incredible.
Brittany, go ahead. You take it away.
Yeah. So, Carrie, I always ask this question to anyone that I know that has lived in New York City their whole life. What was it kind of like growing up in New York City?
I was born and raised in New York City, and I absolutely loved it. I literally could not imagine growing up anywhere else. I feel like it definitely made me mature much faster, though, because I was just super independent from a young age. My mom literally had me going in Ubers at like age 13 by myself.
So wild.
Yeah. It's just such a different life.
It really is. Where did you guys grow up? Somewhere different. Right?
Yeah, I grew up in Florida, so there wasn't even Uber back when I was young. I was driven to the gymnastics every day by my mom, and Nicole grew up in Buffalo.
But that was also like an age thing. Go Bills. This is a big
Go
game
Bills.
on Sunday.
Sitting in my apartment, I have a signed DeMar Hamlin jersey, like hanging above my couch.
Get out of here.
I'm a really big Bills fan.
Wait,
That's
how did I not know
awesome.
this? Have you ever gone? Have you gone to a game?
No, I'm dying
need to.
I've gone to Jets games. I went to 2 Eagles games because for some reason I always get to see them when they're here.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge Bills fan. So let's go.
The Bills are fun. I even went to a game. Love Bills.
It's a different type of tailgate, like the whole experience. It's wild, especially if you go in the snow in Buffalo. It's wild. I will definitely hit you up the next time I go to like a Jets Bills game or something.
Yes,
totally. I have to ask you too, because I feel like this is a good question and it's so relevant. How has social media changed your life? Because I remember you were sort of in the process, like that was like 7 years ago, and you were in the process of kind of building your social media and doing all of that.
Right.
So how has that changed your life?
Yeah. So when we met, just a brief background for the viewers, Nicole was my gymnastics coach. I was a dancer, and they would always get me in dance class because I wasn't like good at gymnastics and like tumbling. So Nicole was helping me out with that. But at the time, I was kind of like trying to break through in social media. I was like blogging a little bit, but it wasn't really until the pandemic when TikTok came about, and I was just like posting like crazy, just knocking out content, 5 videos every day, that I really started to see growth. So it was all about consistency. And my life has definitely changed since then. I think just like I didn't even have like a way of like earning money at all. Like I didn't have a steady revenue. And here I was as like a teenager, like working with top brands and
crazy
content for like Disney, HBO, Netflix, like these huge companies out there. So it definitely changed my life. And even though like social media, being an influencer isn't what I want to do full time, I still am like really grateful for the role it's played in my life, because I want to be a journalist. That's my end game. And social media is such a big part of the whole digital media landscape today. Absolutely. So I think my knowledge and my skills that I've gained from being in social media will definitely help with that.
Totally.
And you grew up in the perfect time for that, because I feel like for us, like being a generation or like a little bit older, it was really hard for us to navigate through that. But you just like jumped right in and you were like, I'm in it and doing it. So that's awesome.
So much of Gen Z just jumped right into social media and used it to their full advantage. You see people like Charlie D'Amelio and Addison Rae,
Hmm.
around my age, that just took off and turned it into this huge, like, multi-million dollar like business, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was seeing that happen online, and I kind of just jumped on the bandwagon and used social media to my advantage.
Listen,
It's
girl, you're
amazing.
smart. Why
So
not? If it's
smart.
there, it's like grab hold of it and just do it. Cause I think that it opens so many doors for just about anything. I mean, building a business and writing a book, and it's crazy.
It
Um,
really is, yeah.
totally. Brittany, you had another question, didn't you, before we kind of wrap this
Yeah.
episode up?
Yeah. So I was kind of reading about and I saw that you ran the marathon.
Yes.
How was that experience? Would
Oh
you do it
boy.
again? Did you get the runner high? What's the deal with
So
that?
many miles. I'm like,
So
I
many miles.
can't
So
imagine doing it.
yeah, breaking news, I'm running it this year.
Oh,
Get
Um,
out of here.
amazing.
and
Oh
I
my God.
just today got accepted through the lottery into the Brooklyn half. So
I
Nice.
entered that.
did you get it?
I don't know. I didn't look actually. I'm gonna look. I'll look after this.
If you got billed for $100 today, you're in. So check it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully I got that bill.
So
So
you got the runner's high. You're like in it. You're
I'm
ready.
so in it. I was never a runner. As Nicole knows, I was a dancer for 14 years. I loved dancing for a time. I was a ballerina. And then it reached a point where it just got so toxic, and being in a
Mhm.
professional ballet school just sucked. Everyone was mean, and like the girls were mean. It was just a really competitive
So
environment.
sad.
Yeah.
It was really sad. I moved from a pre-professional ballet school to like a dance school that had all different genres, which was fun for a time, but then it was just taking over my life and I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So in October 2019, I quit and I just did like Soul Cycle, Rumble, uh,
Hmm.
Orange Theory for a few months, and the
Hmm.
pandemic hit and those all closed. So I was like, okay, what now? Like, I'm totally lost. Everything's closed. I don't know what to do. So I just started running. I had never been a runner. I failed the pacer test in elementary school
The
repeatedly.
pacer test.
I
That's
know,
ridiculous.
bringing back memories. I was so bad. So then I just started running, and I was in the Hamptons for a year during the pandemic and basically just taught myself how to run. So I'd wake up every day and I
Awesome.
would run like 3 miles, 4 miles. And then when I got bored of the same mileage, I just like kept running just like straight. And one
Oh
day I
my
ran
gosh.
miles and I was like, okay, like I can
Wait, I
actually,
could do this.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was
That's
in the
awesome.
headspace where I just kept running and running and running. And I was like, okay, I think I can run a half marathon. Freaked my mom out. She was like, you're gonna break a
Your
leg.
mom.
Turns out I broke both my legs after the half marathon.
Oh
I
no.
remember that.
Right? I broke both
Yeah.
my legs. I was out for 3 months.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
wild. But then I came back. I ran the marathon. I'm doing it again. Best
Good
experience
for
ever.
you.
Incredible. That's so exciting. And I feel like so many people did start running, just like you said, during COVID, everything closed down. People are like,
Yeah,
what do I do? You run. That's one thing you can always do. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
exactly. Anyone
That's
can run. Literally anyone.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Although it is hard. It is so mental too. I'm like, sometimes I'm running 5, 6 miles and I'm like, I'm done. I'm out of here. It's
Yeah.
I'm
so
checked
mental.
out. Yeah.
I
Totally checked out.
It's all about the music, like having the right class going. I'm a big Peloton girl, as
I
you
know you
know.
are. You love it.
Not go a day without Peloton, whether I'm on my bike or lifting or running. Like I always have a Peloton class
Yeah.
going when I'm running.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like 6 during the marathon. I just had them on loop.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Good for you though. That's amazing. Listen, I wish I could do the marathon. I just don't even know if I can make it through. It sounds scary.
Okay, well, you're about to run a half marathon.
We'll
Well,
see.
We'll see
If
if
I
she
got
got
billed
paid or
today.
got charged.
did you enter the RBS Brooklyn half or the United half? Do you remember?
I don't. I have
Okay.
no idea. I did it through that New York Roadrunner,
They have
right?
two. So you have to
Okay.
see which one you entered. Today is for the Brooklyn half.
Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm not sure. I'll look though. I'll text you
One's in
after.
Pontiac. So
What'd
that's
you
a
say?
It ends in Coney Island.
Okay. I'll have to
Ah.
look. That's a good question. I have no idea. I just signed up for anything. I was like, hopefully I get in to force myself to run. But
So exciting. Well, hopefully you get to run
yeah,
the same one as me so we
that'd
can
be so fun.
together.
You could train.
There you go. We can
That'd be
train.
great. You could train together.
I
Well,
love
I
it.
actually had one more question. I
Yes.
have a book called The Tribe of Mentors, and
Woo.
it's one of my favorite books because you could just pick it up, read it, whatever. But it's asked some pretty great questions. And what is one purchase under $100 that has positively impacted your life?
It's
That,
hard.
yeah, it's hard, but it could be anything. It could just be, I mean, one of the things is like an alarm clock and was like, it changed their life. But what's one thing that you've purchased in the
Yeah.
last 6 months?
If anything.
New silverware. I just moved into a new apartment.
Ooh,
There you
That
I
go.
is
love that.
that is a
Except
life change.
everything else in this apartment has cost so much money. So that's the one thing I thought of.
Under $100.
Yes.
That's perfect. I
love
love
it.
it.
Well,
Well, it was
Carrie,
so
thanks
great
so much.
chatting.
Thanks so much for coming on, and we'll do the next episode, and we can talk more about your book.
Sounds great.
right.
Amazing.
We'll see you guys
Bye.
later.